What is going on, guys? My name is The Rose, and tonight I am by myself. Unfortunately, I don't know where Cypher is at, or if he's busy, maybe sleeping. I don't know. But this is episode 3 of the Game Corner, part number 2, and this will wrap it up for this weekend. It is Monday, January 22nd, 2018. And compared to the last part, this is going to be quite short. Probably half an hour long at best. So, we were supposed to record this a few hours ago. Last night. And Cypher had messaged me when he woke up. And I'm guessing he went back to sleep because we set a time to record and I haven't heard from him since he messaged me. So, I'm by myself tonight. Hope he's feeling alright. Hope he's doing well. Know the guy's got more of a life than I do, so I understand if he's, not able to be around sometimes. Or if he's too tired. Shit happens. So, without further ado, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Follow Black Sakura on Facebook. Follow Erin Fitzgerald, the voice actress, fantastic voice actress, on her website, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, by the way. I'm almost to 50 followers, man. Getting very close. I think I need like 7 now. 7, 6, something like that, before I can reach affiliate status. I just streamed last night, and I got 32 views out of it, so that's not bad for my channel, considering the majority of my content struggles to reach even 10 views, as pathetic as that may sound, but it is what it is. I'm a small channel, what do you expect? So if you would follow me on Twitch, I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well for more content, such as this podcast on weekends, and gameplay video during the week. I'm going to start getting more into that, since I've been slacking over the past 3 months on uploading content during the week as far as Let's Plays and walkthroughs and stuff. I've also been slacking a bit on streaming too. I've only streamed 3 days this month. Normally I stream more than that, so starting this coming weekend, I'm going to start really pushing at it a little bit harder. So all the links in the description box down below, they will be there. Follow me, follow Black Sakura, follow Erin Fitzgerald. I'd greatly appreciate it if you did. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Now I have 5 pieces of news. Nothing really major, but what I do have, I'm going to talk about just for the hell of it. I mentioned on Friday they'd be kind of small. So let's get into it. First, Freedom Planet is being teased for the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch port of Freedom Planet has been teased. Freedom Planet's official Facebook page has released an image suggesting the game will be headed to the Nintendo Switch. It shows a physical copy of Freedom Planet official soundtrack on top of a Nintendo Switch console with the caption, "Are we doing it right?" They're asking, are we doing it right? Freedom Planet is a speedy platformer from Galaxy Tale, inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog series. Players follow Lilac and Lilac the Dragon Card, the cat, and Milia the dog. I see. Lilac the Dragon, Carol the cat, and Milia the dog, as they attempt to protect the kingdom, store and keep Lord Brevin from taking over the galaxy. It has adventure, classic, and time trial modes, which let people play through the game and its levels in 3 different ways. Now, Freedom Planet has been around for quite a while on on PC. It's been on Steam for a while. Freedom Planet is now available for PS4. I didn't know it was on the PlayStation 4. It's on the Wii U and it's on PC. Freedom Planet 2 is currently in development for the PC. So, I would imagine Freedom Planet 2 is going to be on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Obviously, it's being coded for PC. A Switch port, I'll be honest, a Switch port would be pretty damn cool, I might add. I never bought the Steam version, although I have been tempted to quite a few times. And I didn't buy the Wii U version because Nintendo wanted like $20 for it. And that might not be a bad price for a game like this, but on Steam it's cheaper. And now that it's going to be on the Switch, I'm possibly going to be on the Switch, I'm kind of glad I held out this long, because I'd rather have it for the portability. I've always been interested in the game. I've seen gameplay of it from people that reviewed it. I am definitely interested, and I want to see it. I want to see it on the Switch. Galaxy Tail, please make that happen. And I know I'm stuttering over my own tongue right now. It's after midnight when I'm finally recording this, so I'm getting kind of tired. Alright, let's bang out another piece of news here. Alright, let's go. SNK Heroines. Let's continue the Switch news. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy will not censor risque costumes for the Western Switch release. Now, does that mean it'll be censored for PS4? Because I hope not. I boycotted a game already for unnecessary censorship, and I really want this game. And I would hate to see it censored on one console and uncensored, especially on a Nintendo platform where you think the censorship would be the most prominent. But, according to NintendoLife.com, it says, we are no stranger to certain risque Japanese games being censored for Western market. Sure, this makes them more family friendly, but as we found out with the 2016 release of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, #FE, I forgot what the actual pronunciation of that is. Fans will go to great lengths to work around this so they can enjoy the full bikini experience. NIS America's upcoming SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy for the Switch certainly looks like the kind of game which you would expect might get this treatment for censorship in the Western release. However, NISA has ensured and issued a statement on Twitter saying this will not be the case. Their tweet says, the content released globally will contain the same costumes and content. Nothing will be removed or replaced for the Western release. As for controls, it is more accessible for all players, and not just the hardcore fighting gamers. You will use your entire controller. So, this tweet doesn't just say the Switch release will be uncensored. It sounds like all ports will be uncensored, and I'm really hoping that's the case. The game is available now for pre-order on SNK's website, linked through the Nippon Ichi America store, the NIS America Inc. store. The game is $120 for the collector's edition, standard edition $60. Game is definitely interesting, and I really want to get it. The game right now has no release date, unfortunately, so we don't know when the game is going to get released. But it will be this year. It shouldn't be too much longer. Probably late spring, early summer, I'm going to guess. Alright, continuing the Nippon Ichi news. Nippon Ichi Software teased a new Disgaea game project and an unknown remake project. This is interesting. I love Disgaea. So on Wednesday, as I stated in part 1 of episode 3, the U.S. got treated to a Japanese style Nintendo Direct from Nippon Ichi at, if I remember correctly, it was it Thursday morning? It was either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. I think it was Wednesday night at like 10 p.m. for the U.S. It was like 11 a.m. Japan time on Thursday, which was the 18th. During the Nintendo Direct-inspired live stream from Nippon Ichi Software, the company had a couple more projects, including plans for next Disgaea and a remake project for an unknown title. The reveal was at the end of the stream, where company president Sohei Nikawa pressed a secret files button, which revealed several silly photographs, but it is also showed a couple folders. One for plans for a Disgaea sequel, and the other is labeled XXX Remake Project. Now, no, it's not XXX as in triple X as in porn. It's just what they're calling it for now. In case fans didn't catch it in the stream, Nippon Ichi Software's official Twitter account went out of the way to point it out following the event. Now, I would show you this tweet, but it's all in Japanese, so kind of pointless to show it. So, I think that's interesting. If it is a Disgaea sequel, maybe it's a sequel to Disgaea 2. Or maybe it's a sequel continuing the story of the original Disgaea. Since Disgaea Hour of Darkness is getting a HD remake this summer. At least for Japan, which means we'll probably get it a few months later. Either way, a new Disgaea game is going to be great. And I think whatever they showed during this press event that they did in Japan, when they do the NISA version on February 9th, when they do their press event, they're probably going to show a lot of the same stuff. So we'll learn more on this stuff in American when I could actually understand it in a couple of weeks. And I will be covering that heavily. Alright, one more piece of Nippon Ichi news. Ys 8, the PC version, has been delayed indefinitely. Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana was expected to release for the PC on January 30th, alongside localization update for the PS4 and the PS Vita. But NIS America announced that it has been delayed to an undetermined date. Read the message, and this is the message here. To all of you who have been anxiously awaiting the PC release of Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, we have a very regrettable announcement. We are once again pushing the release to an as-of-yet indefinite date. We sincerely apologize for the delay, and we would like to explain in detail the reason why we are proceeding with the delay. This decision was not made lightly, and we understand that many of you will be upset about the news. For that, and most importantly for the delay, we are very sorry. Please note, however, that the announcement does not affect the localization update patch planned for January 30th for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita versions of the game. The reasons... This is pretty lengthy, actually. Jeez. Alright, so I'll just summarize it. Low frame rate issues and memory leak problems were apparent from the earliest PC builds we received To help combat these, we looked into the drawing process, which led to an overall improvement in performance. However, we are still encountering frame rate drops in specific circumstances. System regulating these frame rate issues are heavily reliant on the architecture of the original PlayStation 4 version, and as such are not existent in PC architecture. The memory leak issues are somewhat less complicated and expected to be resolved this weekend. So this past weekend. But in order to solve these issues, we have determined that we must modify the core level of data in the game. Once the changes from the relocalization efforts have been implemented at the end of the month, we will be moving development to an entirely different developer who will primarily focus on frame rate improvements as well as other PC optimizations. Once that process begins, we will monitor the process and determine the release schedule. We will also be sure to give regular updates to our progress. If you have made a pre-purchase on Steam and would like a refund due to this delay, please use the link provided below. There is a link here. And it says, "Thank you very much for your understanding, support, and patience through this team. VP and COO Mitsuharu Hiraoka." The localization update for PS4 and PS Vita versions won't be affected and is still on track for its January 30th release date. Patch date. Honestly, good for them. They're showing that they actually care about their PC port, and I'm glad that they're fixing the localization problems that the PlayStation ports have suffered. And honestly, I'm glad that they're wanting to give the PC players the best version of the game possible, even though it's been delayed a couple of times and now they have no idea when the game is going to come out. At least they're showing that they give a damn, unlike some companies who have ported very shoddy ports of console versions of their games to Steam. Because I've seen it quite a few times where companies, especially JRPG games, that they get ported over to the PC from console, and the PC ports are very buggy, or they have problems running, and it takes a long time, if ever, to even be patched. So, I want to give NIS America big praise and credit here for caring about their player base. So honestly, anybody waiting for the PC version should just wait. If you want a refund, it's totally understandable. You're tired of waiting. And honestly, if you have a console and you're waiting to play the PS4 version, or not the PS4 version, if you have a console and you're waiting to play the PC version, you might as well just try it on the console. To be honest. At least you can say you played it. But if you don't have a PS4 and you're still waiting, well, that's understandable. So yeah, kudos to them. Really appreciate a company who actually shows they care. Oh man, we're only about 20 minutes in. Shit. Well, I told you it was going to be a short episode, possibly about 30 minutes in total. So the last bit of news, Legendary Pokemon Celebration event begins February 2018. So there's going to be a Legendary Pokemon Celebration event for Pokemon Sun and Moon, both versions of the game. So whether you have Pokemon Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you're going to get this this celebration, which lasts for the majority of the year. So, a Legendary Pokemon distribution event has been announced for North America. for Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon, Pokemon Ultra Sun, and Pokemon Ultra Moon. Between February and November 2018, people will be able to get certain legendary Pokemon each month in their games, with the versions you have determining which characters you get. Here is a full list of the Pokemon that would be given during the legendary celebration. Each Pokemon will arrive at level 60 and may be holding a gold battle cap. For the codes, Dialga and Palkia, which are the February Pokemon, Dialga and Palkia will be at GameStop between February 2nd and February 28th. Pokemon Sun and Ultra Sun players will get Palkia, while Pokemon Moon and Ultra Moon players will get Dialga. The codes must be redeemed by May 23rd, 2018. So, I'm going to go through this list 2 times, mentioning the Moon Pokemon and then the Sun Pokemon. And based on this text underneath the list, I'm assuming the Pokemon Moon legendaries are mentioned first on the list, and the Sun legendaries are mentioned, second on this list. So, let's go through it. First, February, as already mentioned, you'll get Dialga for the Moon versions. March, you get Heatran. April, you get Entei. May, you get Xerneas. June, you get Shiny Zygarde. Shiny Zygarde you get for both versions, apparently. July, you get Thundurus. August, you get Groudon. September, you get Latias. October, you get Reshiram. And November, you get Ho-Oh. For the Pokemon Sun versions, February, we already know you get Palkia. March, you get Regigigas. April, you get Raikou. May, you get Yveltal. June, Shiny Zygarde. July, you get Tornadus. August, you get Kyogre. September, you get Latios. October, you get Zekrom. And November, you get Lugia. So, if you have both versions of the game, you get 19 Pokemon. I think that's pretty damn cool. But, if you only have one of the 2 versions of either version of the game, you get 10, which is still pretty good. Now, why they didn't just extend this through the rest of the year, why they didn't include December, I have no idea. But hey, 10 months, 10 Pokemon, or if you have both versions of either version of the game, you get 19 Pokemon. That's pretty damn good. And again, assuming, based on this text underneath the list, it says Dialga and Palkia codes will be at GameStop. So I would imagine every month you would have to go to GameStop to get your Pokemon codes for whichever game you'd like. So I think that's pretty cool that you don't have to go through any events to get these Pokemon and have to worry about having to battle and catch them, and that you get them straight away and at a pretty decent level at that. Level 60 is pretty high. So this is normally the part where I would ask Cypher if, he has any comments or anything else to bring up to wrap up this episode, but he's not here, so I can't do that. So, again, hope he's doing alright. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm not going to pad this episode out by talking gibberish for another 6 minutes. So, I knew this would be a very short episode, part number 2. Without Cypher here, it was even shorter. I think with him here, it could have been at least another 15 minutes, honestly. But either way, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And for the absent Cypher, until Friday for episode 4. My name is The Rose, and I'll catch your ass down the road.